Happy New Year, everybody. I hope you guys had a great holiday and a very fun New Year's Eve. So we're ready for an exciting 2022. Today we're going to start out and I'm going to show you guys how to make a center step card. And some of these you can find dies to create these. And what I'm going to show you today is just the dimensions on how you guys can create this on your own with no die. And we're going to use our strawberry vine stamp set because it's snowing outside and I don't want to do anything winter. So I hope you're starting to think about what you want to do for Valentine's Day. This one actually works great for Valentine's Day too because it's got some really neat sentiments on it. We've got a sweet friendship refreshes the soul. Oh, it's got this really fun little strawberry. And you can make it a chocolate dipped strawberry. Anyway, so I think it's kind of fun for Valentine's Day. Let's go ahead and turn the camera around and we're going to get started. Again, we're going to use the strawberry vine stamp set. Okay, if you guys want to write the dimensions down, go ahead and get a piece of paper. You could even get a cardstock a piece out to start with. Again, this folds to a standard A2 size card. So you're going to start with 11 inches wide and 4 1/4 deep. So it's just half of an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper cut in half lengthwise. And then we're going to do this together, but I did it this way so you guys can write this dimensions down. You're going to score it at 1 inch, 2 inches, ignore that part right now, 5.5 inches, and 6.5 inches. Those are the score lines where you see the dots. This dimension, this 3/4 of an inch is where we're going to cut it. 3/4 and 3/4, but don't worry about that right now unless you just want to write that on your little template. This is, again, great to just keep a folder full of templates so that you have them ready when you're looking for something to do. You just pull out one of these. So let's go ahead and do it together and then we'll stamp in a little bit. Also, I'm going to show you a sneak peek at the end, so make sure you hang in there with me. Also, I'm going to color the strawberries at the end. So if you want to hang in there, we're going to do a little bit of coloring today. If you want to make this with me again, it's 11 inches by 4 1/4, and you're going to want your scoreboard out. And we're going to score it at, let me lay this here so you guys can still see while I do this. There you go. All right, we're going to score it at 1 inch and 2 inches. And then 5.5. and 6.5. All right. Now the next dimension we're gonna be cutting, but it's kind of nice while I have the scoreboard out. I'm gonna go ahead and score it where I'm gonna cut, just so it's easier to see where I'm cutting. So I'm gonna make a mark at 3/4 of an inch, and I'm just gonna go all the way up to the last fold line. And then over here, 3/4 of an inch from this side. Whoops. Okay. So I know you can't see that on the green. That's why I wanted to show you the white piece. But this is where we're going to score it. Now you're going to take your paper cutter out. And we are going to cut. But don't cut all the way through this. You're going to see here, I've only made a cut line from the bottom score to the top score on both of those. So don't cut the very end of it. But you've got your little lines there to help you line it up. Okay, line up your cutter. And if you don't have a paper cutter that will let you go from one end to one end, you can easily use just an X-Acto blade or something. All right. And next one. There. Now, you just want to make sure you're all the way to the fold line. Again, if you are off just a little bit, something to cut into. Like this is just, it's not quite to that fold, so I'm just going to make a little mark with my blade. Just want to make sure I'm all the way to the fold lines. Again, I'm sure that's really hard to see on green. Okay, there we go. All right, so now watch how we fold this. The first one, we don't want to fold in the middle. We're just going to fold that little, those little pieces on the end. So to start out, I'm just going to make a hill with that and a hill with that. I'm not doing it really hard right now. I'm just getting it started. The next little line is a valley. So we don't worry about the things in the middle. We're just doing the outside. There's a valley and there's a valley. Now the next one, ignore this one. We're going to, the next fold line that we come across is in the center, and I'm going to make that a mountain. Don't do the outside pieces. And then on the last score line, we're going to make a mountain, but don't do the middle. Okay, now that we have it started, I can start bending it a little bit more. And I want to try and keep this part flat. So I'm bending this a little bit more, bending this, and bending this. And you just kind of gradually get down till you can lay it flat. Once you lay it flat, you can take your bone folder and give it a nice, good crease. Now, if you accidentally fold something in the middle, it's really okay because we're going to be covering it up anyway, but I tried to avoid folding that just to keep this a little flatter. So again, you do it just kind of gradually. So here is your first step card. Now, again, I'm going to show you this one. Again, this is Tasha's. Okay, so then we're going to decorate the front. And you'll notice that on hers, she decorated those outside flaps. And that's kind of how Melody did hers as well. So she just decorated the outside flaps. But I want to show you another little trick, another something that you can do with it. You can definitely do it this way, but I love giving you guys options. So what we're going to do, let's go ahead and start decorating the base of this. But what I am doing is, instead of doing two separate little pieces, I'm going to take a piece that's 4 1/4 by 4 1/8. I'm going to put adhesive right here, but we're actually going to slide this in. So what's kind of cool is when you look to the side, it shows the pattern through the background. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and, so what we do is we're going to add our adhesive on here. Just going to center that right here. So look at that. Now what's kind of cool is when you open up the card, you have this, because it's nicely, you know, it's a nice double-sided piece of paper, you have the flowers on the inside as well. So there's that. Now the next piece, The next piece is 2.5 by 4 3/8, and we're going to attach that there. This is the same piece of paper. It's just, again, it's double-sided. I could have done flip this and had the flowers on the back and the red on the front, but I just wanted to showcase this. This is from our Merry and Bright collection. Again, this came out at Christmas time, but these papers are great all year round. So I kind of wanted to show you guys that. Okay. I grabbed our little borders. This is our mini border dies. And I just grabbed one of those for our sentiment. And since this is a little teeny bar, if I could totally just line that up and put usually on your platform you would have it up against the edge to stamp it, but that makes it kind of hard when they're narrow like that. So when I cut that piece out of cardstock, this is just a scrap piece of paper that I cut that out of. Now I can take the little banner and just drop it into position. I can still use my magnets, but it kind of lets me move it away from the corner of the platform. Makes it a little bit easier. All right, so yep. Okay, so we have so many. I did one already with thinking of you, and I think this would look cute to drop on one of the little ladybugs, which is really cute. But I thought we would do a different one. So how about thank you very much? I like this one. All right, lots of fun ways to combine words on this set. I love the stamp set. Okay. It's like I need to reduce. Oh, there you go. That looks nice. Isn't that a pretty red? Okay. Again, that one's called pomegranate. All right, now I can take that off and position. Oops. Thank you. This is our totally black ink. Again, our black and brown are hybrid. They won't bleed when you're using alcohol markers. There, I love that combination. There we go. All right. So that really helped keep that into position, and we'll clean these off later. Move that out of the way. All right, isn't that cute? All right, so let's pop this up. You know what? I'm not going to stick it on yet because we're going to stick on our strawberries. Now I've already colored our strawberries in, and again at the end of the video, or at the end of this, I'm going to go ahead and use our Spectrum Noir markers and show you how to color this, but I thought I'd make the card first. All right, so this is great. I love this set because it is designed to work on a slimline card. I probably should have brought over some samples of that. I didn't, but or you can snip off the end so it'll fit on an A2 size card. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, so again, I want to position this so that's kind of hanging off there. That'll be pretty. And then this is going to go here. So again, I just want to make sure that it's going to, I'll angle it a little bit. That will work out nice. So I think I'm going to do this piece flat and pop up the berries. Okay, now let's go ahead and pop this up with some foam tape. All right, so here is the card, and it's going to stand up like that. Cool. Let's go ahead and add a little fun stuff to the inside of the card. So we got thank you very much. And then I just cut that piece that we put here. I just cut 2 of those. And I'm going to put that on the inside. Now we can add a sweet friendship refreshes the soul. So thank you very much. And that the other one I was trying to decide. We have these oval framelets. So if you wanted more room to write something to a friend, you could add something like this. Maybe we put it there. Let's do both. There we go. Just because we can. All right. And then let's put this one on a piece of foam tape. And then again, we can use that to write a bigger sentiment. So before I position that, I think that's going to work. I'll just glue that flat. All right. That there. And let's put some glue behind this guy. Okay, and then let's go ahead. I think we should add this, don't you? Okay. Lots of different things you can say on this. Okay, so I'm just going to put that there. I think that frames it really nice. Now you could take, if you wanted, you could take another piece, the full size, and actually cover that whole thing, but I don't think you need to. I think the kind of stripes are kind of cool. And there you go. Okay, so today I am going to I'm just going to do a couple berries for you because here you can see these. But I just wanted to show you, usually I use Copic markers. For those of you that just want to keep it simple, maybe you don't want to invest in Copics, I'm going to show you how easy it is to do tri-blends. I don't want you guys to be afraid of coloring, so I'm just going to show you some simple techniques on how I use this. So the tri-blends have a light, medium, and a dark. And you can either start with light and go dark or start with dark and go light. So I'm going to just show you the dark to light method on this one. We're just going to do this first berry just so you guys can see it. Again, I'm going to start with the dark. So on the berry, if I'm going to assume the light is kind of coming from this direction. So I'm just going to trace. Again, I'm using the dark. I'm just going to trace. I'm going to go right around the edge. And I'm just outlining to give a foundation first. There's going to be a little shadow under the green part of the berry, a little stem. So I'm going to assume there's going to be a little bit of shadow there. Then I'm going to take my medium, and with the medium, I'm going to brush in. I'm going to start at the dark and brush in. And I'm going to go all the way around. And under the berry, I'm going to just add a little bit more of the medium color there. Then I'm going to go with the lightest color. And now I'm going to make some more circular motions. I'm going to start with the dark and work inward. So I'm going to cover the whole thing. I'm blending it out. I'm using more circular motions. And again, start all the way at the edge and start blending. Okay. Now I'm going to go, you can still see some of the defined, like the edges. So I'm just going to start blending from the outside in again and the outside in. And again, if you just kind of use circular motions to start blending that, it really starts blending that well. Now I'm going to go back in with a medium just a little bit from the outside. With some circular motions, and then go back with the light again. And you can just keep playing with this until it gets, you know, to where you feel like it's smooth. That's really softened up quite a bit. So you can see, oh, go this way. And if you want it to be even more dramatic, then go back with the dark. And you can even outline it some more. Again, you can just keep going back and forth. Again, this is just giving you simple little tips on that you don't have to be certified in coloring or be some expert to still make a pretty berry. With the leaves, I just did a light all over and then outlined that. You know, you can take the light green and like, let's just do that. Let's again, you're going to go where it's going to be darkest. So if the light is hitting this direction, then it's going to be darker on this side. This is going to have a little valley in here where it's going to be a little darker. Then you can go in with your medium, blend it a little bit more, and then maybe a little of the medium out here on the edge. And then I always end up with the light one again and blend over the whole thing. Again, that's just kind of a little easy tip on coloring the berries. So there we go. So be sure and stop back in and join. You guys are in our regular Dare to Be Artsy site, but we also have the Artsy community. So that's a private group, but I want you all to join us there. We'll give you more sneak peeks there. And you guys usually are the ones that are helping me name our paper. And it's a great place for you to let me know what stamps you guys want, what thing, you know, if you can't find something and you want something, well, let me know there. I love to brainstorm with you guys. I think that's the end today. So you guys have an awesome week. I will see you next Monday night, and I dare you to be artsy. Bye.